I yield now 2 minutes to the gentleman from our committee, Mr. Sarbanes of Maryland.
The gentleman is recognized.
I thank the chairman for yielding and recognizing me. Madam Speaker, I rise in strong opposition to the Republicans' energy bill. I have deep concerns about this package overall in terms of its attack on our bedrock environmental laws, but as a Marylander, I am particularly alarmed at changes to Section 401 certifications under the Clean Water Act, which would endanger the health of the Chesapeake Bay. To protect our environment and public health, states need to have the authority and tools to regulate pollution in their waters. But one section of this bill would narrow states' ability to regulate pollution sources that impact downstream water quality. This bill would also restrict the conditions and limitations that a state could place on clean water certification, further hampering a state's means of protecting its waters. That has grave implications for a state's ability to set limits on how much of a particular pollutant a water body can accept while still meeting the state's overall water quality standards. These limits, known as total maximum daily loads or TMDLs, are required to restore waters impaired by pollution, which is the case for the Chesapeake Bay and most of its tributaries. That is why I filed an amendment with Congressman Bobby Scott to ensure that this energy bill would not impact a state's authority to establish or implement a state-approved TMDL for an impaired waterway. Unfortunately, the Republicans did not allow for this amendment to be offered on the floor today, so as this bill strips away environmental and public health protections across the board, we don't even have the most basic assurances that states will be able to design and execute their own plans to reduce waterway pollution. For the Chesapeake Bay, this could be disastrous. The TMDLs are the guides by which the 7 watershed jurisdictions work with EPA to continue making progress on the larger Chesapeake Bay Agreement. It's gross negligence as a matter of legislation to roll back these key protections for these bodies of water. But tragically, rolling back these protections is the chief goal of this bill. That's what it's all about. And for that reason, I encourage all of my colleagues to oppose it.
The gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from New